Hi, welcome to Teaching Tips Live. My name is Heidi Olson. I'm an instructional designer at UAF eLearning. Here's my email address and my phone number in case you need to contact me. This is a continued discussion on classroom management strategies. If you'd like to follow along, you could go to this resource link and follow along. Let's get started. In previous sessions, we talked about UA Online, we talked about some FERPA training, we talked about strategies for motivation and keeping students on task, and we talked about some email strategies. In this section, we're going to talk a little bit about Blackboard and how Blackboard can work for you. There's a couple things in Blackboard. It's populated by Banner, and Banner adds all the students. When a student drops, it does not take the student out of Blackboard. That's your responsibility. And that's one reason why you should always be checking UA Online to see if students have dropped. So if we look at Blackboard, this is specifically the Grade Center. I can see a list of students here, and I can also see that some students haven't actually logged in yet. So this is a great way to actually know if your students are engaged in the class at all. This student hasn't logged in and there are no grades. So what I would do is I would check UA Online and see if this person has dropped or not. In this case, let's say that this person has dropped. I'm going to select her little box there and I'm going to hide that row. So now she's no longer listed in my list of students. If for some reason she comes back and she actually is enrolled and there was a mix-up with financial aid or some mess up, I can always go to Manage to Row Visibility and add her back in. So I can see that this student has been grayed out, and I can actually click and show her up, have her show again so that she will be a part of the class again. So another really good strategy for managing assignments is an assignment bulk download. So here I have my assignments and I can see that several students have submitted. Instead of going one by one and downloading their assignment, I can do that all in one fell swoop. If I click on the action arrow here and find Assignment File Download, this is going to give me the opportunity to select the students and create a zipped file, download to my computer, open up the files, grade the files, make my comments, and then come back to the Grade Center to make my comments and to give my grades. So here I have a list of the students. If they've submitted an assignment, there'll be a little box here. I've selected all the students and I'm going to click Submit. This creates a packaged file for me. If I click on this link, I will get a zipped file, which I can save to my desktop. So here is my file right here with all the student documents and comment files. What's really good about using this assignment feature is that it automatically puts the name of the assignment as well as the student's user ID. So for instance, if all the student files are called My Answer, if they don't have their name in them for some reason or assignment number, Blackboard will automatically add that to help me keep organized. So that's a pretty nice feature. So here I have my files, I can do my grading, I can come back to Blackboard and give some assignment grades. Another really nice feature, it's a building block that was added to Blackboard, is a place where I can set all my due dates for assignments all in one place. This is under the control panel, under Course Tools, and it's called Set Grade Center Due Dates. If I click on that, I will get all of my assignments and I can enter due dates for them all on one page. So I don't have to go one by one through the Grade Center to add these dates. That's really handy. especially when I've copied a class over from a previous semester, all the due dates are going to be wrong. And before I would have to go column by column through the Grade Center. But by using this set Grade Center due dates, I can do it all on one page and get it done with. That's really amazing. So here I am back in the Grade Center. And what I want to do now is I want to create a custom total column so that when I need to give freshman grade progress, I can have Blackboard help me calculate their progress based on individual specific columns. So I am going to go up to Create Calculated Column to a Total Column. And in this case, I'm not weighting grades, I'm just doing it by the points. If you're weighting grades, then the complication, it's a little bit more complicated. You have to figure out what the percentages might be. But you can figure that out, and you can create the same kind of a custom column based on specific assignments that are due. So I'm going to call this Freshman Progress. And I want it to display as a score. That works for me. I'm going to click on the selected columns and categories. In this case, I'm going to pick just specific columns that I know are due before the freshman progress due date. So it's usually sometime in the early October. So I know that my sample 1 assignment and my sample 1 quiz and my introductions are all due before the due date. So I'm going to select those, and I just hit, you can hit the Shift and click or Command click and move them over here. And I am going to say that I don't want it in Grade Center calculations, and I don't want to show this to the students right now. I want this to just be a column that I can see in the Grade Center. I'm going to click Submit. And now if I scroll all the way over, I will see I have a new Grade Center column. It's not showing to students, I can tell by that icon, and it has calculated the grade based on those 3 assignments. So now I can go into UA Online and enter the progress. And if I choose to, I can also show this column to the students to let them know how they are doing at that freshman progress due date. So you can create custom total columns for any reason that you might need, and you can choose to show them to your students or not. It just is up to you. So those are some strategies for the Blackboard Grade Center to help you with classroom management. I'm sure that there are other hints and tricks that you have found, so I do hope that you'll share those with me and with your colleagues. So the next section we're going to talk about is creating a Google Calendar that you can then embed within your Blackboard course to help keep students on track.